Greetings, Benjamin J from BENZTRAINZ with another in the series. Well, a follow-up on the 8410 running on the Mighty Max battery, and I have the battery connected to an ammeter so we can see exactly how much these locomotives are pulling. Now, the 2025 pulled about 1.2 amps. Now, this is a can motor, and it is exponentially lighter, of course, pulling exactly the same consist. So let's see what it takes to run this one. So get it moving. Wow. 0.22 amps, about a quarter of an amp to run this. So this locomotive will run 20 hours on that battery at this speed. As you see, about a quarter amp. That is a tremendous difference. So this one pulls 1.2 amps. This one is pulling a quarter amp. So this one's running at a good constant speed. We can even take it a bit faster, I think. Okay, that's a good average speed, as you see. And we're now drawing 0.23 amps. So not even a quarter of an amp yet. So like I said, 5 amp hour battery, that would run this train for 20 continuous hours. So an interesting experiment, there's no doubt about that. Anyway, it seems to be working just absolutely splendidly. Now that's a tiny little battery. You know, if you hook this up to a full-size car battery, you can run this thing for weeks, very likely. You know, because no one is going to run this train 20 continuous hours. I mean, I don't know what the average runtime per locomotive at your layout is. Mine, I'll run them, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. Turn them off, run a different rail, run a different locomotive. I mean, I've never sat here for 5 continuous hours or 20 continuous hours running a locomotive. I don't think anyone else has either. Anyway, I was just curious to see what these things actually pull. So this one's pulling 0.23 amps. That one's pulling 1.2 amps. Okay, we're up to a quarter amp now. So it's varying between 0.23 or 0.22 and 0.24, it looks like. As you know, there's 0.25, so there's a quarter amp. Anyway, like I said, a 5 amp hour battery that'll run this train for 20 continuous hours. Huge difference between a can motor and a standard brush AC motor. So, interesting experiment, no doubt. So, obviously, if you were going to just run a train and you want longevity, this is what you want to run, as a can motor. No doubt about that. And you see, it's running absolutely splendidly with no problems of any kind through the 12-volt controller, running off the Mighty Max battery, and we're just checking the amp draw with this ammeter. As you see, about a quarter of an amp. So definitely it will run this train 4 times longer than it will run that one. So an interesting experiment. I wanted to document it. I'm going to be checking different locomotives to see what they actually pull. That way you can actually calculate, you know, depending on how many amps you have available and what the locomotive is actually pulling. You can compute this probably within, fairly accurately, probably within an hour or so, or probably a smaller margin than that of how long it will actually run. Of course, that's its optimum output. That doesn't mean the battery's dead. So in any case, just want to do a quick video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email, benztrains@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.